The Oraimo Space Arc isn't for everybody. Now, I've been using the Oraimo Space Arc, which was supposed to be a replacement for my Oraimo Space Pods we got missing a couple of months ago. Now, there are good sides and there are bad sides to it, but I wouldn't just jump into that. Let's go gradually. My name is Shaman, and this is the review of the Oraimo Space Arc, which was powered by Burna Boy. Now, don't get too excited. This is entirely made of plastic. I mean, just touching it, you can tell. But unlike the Oraimo space pods, which were made of plastic and made of a lower quality material, this seems to be better because I've used this for a few days now and I'm not really seeing any visual scratches or nicks, except for one time that I actually fell down like from a height and scattered and everything open. But it's just one major scratch. Every other thing seems the same. I like the fact that they took a shiny approach to this by using a silver body, and it kind of reminds me of all these time capsules that they used to use in those old movies back then. Inside you have the two earphones which are wireless and they fit perfectly on the ears. I mean, I haven't really used an open ear set of earphones before, so I wouldn't really know how they fit. This is the first one I'm using, and I'm quite impressed by the way it feels and the way it sits on my ears. It's not uncomfortable, it's very nice, it feels very lightweight, almost like you're not wearing anything. I don't know if this is an issue, but I kind of noticed that the earphone itself sits at the very edge of my ears. They don't sit very close to my ear canals. The charging box carries a 750 milliamp battery, and then the earpieces each are 400 milliamp batteries. So with the charging box full, you're guaranteed to have at least one full charge for each of the earpieces before you need to charge the charging box again. Now, coming to battery life and usage, I kind of find it interesting that on a full charge, I can actually leave my charging box at home if I'm going to be closing and going straight home directly from work. So I have my earphones on from the minute I leave my house, which is probably about 6 a.m. in the morning. On normal usage, maybe about an hour of music, and then the rest of the time it's just on my ears and it's on and connected. Now, continuously using the earphones, listening to music or streaming or watching a movie, usually it lasts between 3 to 4 hours, and that's on full volume. In terms of battery life, I think it's quite reasonable considering the fact that it can actually take me the whole day without me having to charge. But I'm not saying that you should leave your charging box at home. Please always take it along with you. And then it comes with a USB-C, but from the back of the charging box, I can see that it supports 5-watt charging. Granted that the charging box is less than 1,000 milliamps, it shouldn't take so long to charge. Give or take 2 hours, it's fully charged and you can use it to do whatever you want. Now for the features, this comes with standard earphone features. It has 5 preset equalizers that are inbuilt into the Oraimo sound application, which you can find on the Play Store or the App Store. And then you have the option to customize your equalizers to suit whatever sound if you are an audiophile and you know what you're doing. It also has dual connection, so you can connect 2 devices to this earphone, as well as game mode, where it reduces the latency of sound when it's trying to synchronize with a game or probably a movie. Now for sound quality, it's a mixed bag. It's neither here or there, and then it depends on who is buying. I would take it from 2 angles. From the angle of someone who does remote jobs, or who works in a very quiet office space, or who is mostly at home. This is quite reasonable. The sound output is okay. It's not great. It feels like it's not loud enough, maybe because of the seating, and maybe because they don't want too much sound leaking out to the public. However, if you work in a noisy environment, you have an issue, because I was in the market the other day and I was struggling to hear the music that I was playing. I was also in the gym, and despite the fact that the music was quite low in the gym, I could barely hear what I was listening to, which is kind of a bummer for me because this was supposed to be a replacement for my space pods. And the same thing goes to call quality as well. To be honest, this is a huge improvement over the Oraimo space pods, because with the space pods, I had a terrible issue where the space pods just generally refused to pick up. It wasn't answering calls properly. The sound quality was terrible. With this, in a quiet environment or reasonably noisy environment, sound quality for calls is beautiful. It's excellent. It picks up all the time. I have never had an issue. However, in public spaces, in open environments, in very noisy areas, you might have an issue answering calls. So these are some of the things that you should consider. If I were to recommend these earphones, I'll recommend them either to people who do remote jobs or who work in very quiet environments. If you're the type that works in a noisy environment, I would not recommend this. I would not also recommend it to people who use the gym because you would not enjoy your music. The idea of having earphones in a gym is to block out all the noise. If you're going to be using this as a business person, the sound quality for calls is excellent. You have no issues picking or receiving calls. Now, if you've enjoyed this review so far, make sure to drop a comment if you have purchased this and what your experience is. Click on the subscribe button and don't forget to follow me for more videos like this. This is Shaman and I am signing out.